My wife and puppy are sleeping in the next room. So I'm going to try to keep my composure to a level that doesn't wake them. I can't guarantee that I will. Actually, I may be able to contain it because it's gone from anger to just flat out sadness and despair. I get the NFL draft was tonight. Got together with a group of friends to watch the draft. Sat there in this Titans jersey waiting on my team. Can't see the full poster. It's a Titans poster. Waiting on my team to draft a new player at number 26. Just innocently sitting there eating my Buffalo Wild Wings, waiting on the Titans to draft. All of a sudden, the news comes in that A.J. Brown has been traded to the Philadelphia Eagles. The best wide receiver in the history of the franchise. The best wide receiver in the history of the franchise. Traded away to the Eagles. The Eagles give him a new contract. Just big time contract. Big money. He's now an Eagle. Best receiver in that division. By far. All due respect to Dallas, Washington, the Giants. A.J. Brown's best wide receiver in that division. He was the best wide receiver in the Titans division. I don't know who that would be now. Who cares? So I understand. I understand that it is difficult when you're talking about wide receivers. That's a fragile position. It's a fragile position, man. Guys get banged up. Guys go through things, and especially this offseason, wide receivers are wanting big-time contracts because the Jacksonville Jaguars decided to give their life savings for, I don't even remember the dude's name. Kirk. That's what to tell you everything you know. I don't even remember his name. They forked up a bunch of money for a dude who doesn't even deserve a chili cheese coney from the Sonic Drive-In. I'm just, all due respect to that guy. He's a wonderful person, I'm sure, and a good wide receiver. But the Jaguars overpaid for a dude who didn't even deserve a chili cheese coney with tots from Sonic. And so now all of a sudden every wide receiver that's ever lived is wanting to be paid big money. Tyreek Hill signed the biggest contract in the history of the NFL for a wide receiver just a few weeks ago. Sure, Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes are pleased about that. Devontae Adams, big money. Stephon Diggs, huge money to re-sign with the Bills. So, of course, these young dudes, A.J. Brown, Deebo Samuel, D.K. Metcalf, they all want to be paid. I'm sure they do. The Jaguars just paid everything they own. The owner just gave up his house for a dude that was deserving of a 2-bedroom apartment in the middle of town with cigarette stains in the floor. Of course, I would imagine A.J. Brown wants to be paid. Sorry. The Titans got played. A.J. Brown got paid. So he comes up in here, wants all his money. And I understand, like I said earlier, it's tough. Wide receiver's a tough position. You go sign somebody for 4 years, that much money. That's risky business. I understand. Listen, I understand that is risky business. Especially when you're talking about a guy in A.J. Brown. Let's be honest, he's had his fair share of injuries over the last couple of years. He missed a good bit of time the last couple of years. with injury. So I get you're looking out over the next 4 years or so. You're saying, hey, man, we really want to pay this guy money when his health is becoming a liability. Whatever. Okay, I understand that element of it. But my gosh. To me, you OG Titans fans out there that are watching this, you understand. I said earlier, he's the best receiver in Titans history. I'm talking about that includes the Oilers. You've been waiting on a guy like this for like decades at that position. Decades. And when you have star players, you have to pay them. That's just the law of the land. It's the NFL. When you have a Jamar Chase, you pay him. When you have a Patrick Mahomes, I know it's a different position, but the Chiefs gave him the biggest contract in NFL history. You pay the dudes who are most valuable to your team. And A.J. Brown was one of those guys. And we don't want to pay him. Well, then do we want to win a title? Do we want to win a championship? I mean, let's save some money. A first round exit in the playoffs, which is what we were anyway, but first round exit in the playoffs, but by God, at least we saved some money. Maybe this is the night of. The draft just ended a little bit ago, so maybe I'm just overreacting. But when you got star players, when you got the best wide receiver you ever had in your life, when you got the best wide receiver in the history of the franchise, sometimes you just gotta pay the dude. And now he's with Philadelphia. And what did the Titans got? Now, I'm lost in the shuffle is that they drafted wide receiver Treylon Burks out of Arkansas. I ain't got nothing against that dude. I wanted him he was one of the dudes I wanted him to draft. I wish him nothing but the best. I especially do now. I hope he's great. I hope he's wonderful. He's compared a lot to A.J. Brown. They say he's like another A.J. Brown. We had the original A.J. Brown. We could have paired them together. But no. Come on, man. So we got Treylon Burks, and I'm excited about him, and I hope he's fantastic. But now, like, this dude's jersey right here, Derrick Henry, you got to have a great weapon out there if he's going to do his thing. We cannot keep running this dude 50 times a game. Because he already broke his foot. He's going to just break something else. I don't care how much of a beast he is, and he is a beast, but he's going to break everything. We got to have somebody else to get the ball to. We got Robert Woods. Okay, great. We got this Treylon Burks. Great, but we got to have more than that. We needed an elite wide receiver, and we had one, and we gave him away because we didn't want to pay him. I get that you don't want to take a risk with that kind of money, but at the same time, man, you got to pay your key players. Let's not sugarcoat it. He was one of the most important players on the team. He was a special player, albeit with injuries, but he was a special player that you would probably make the argument was worth taking the risk on with the money. But fly, Eagles, fly now. He's with the Eagles. They probably just became the favorite to win their division because they got Devontae Smith too, along with A.J. Brown. And as for the Titans, I don't know. They traded out of their other pick. Now they got picks in the second round tomorrow. I don't know. What they're probably going to take a lineman. What in the world is going on? What is going on, man? This feels like it is similar to like a breakup or something up in here. I got my wife in here having to give me a pep talk. I got in bed. She thought somebody had died or something. I had to be like, no, nobody died. But it's like the next worst thing. A.J. Brown got traded to another team. Well, here's to you, Titans fans. This is Mountain Dew in an empty can. That's appropriate. Even nothing in this. I have nothing to offer for a toast. Which is appropriate. Because I have nothing. I am like Whitney Houston in The Bodyguard. I have nothing if I don't have you, A.J. Brown. Wish you nothing but the best, buddy. I have a picture of you up here that I took with you at a game over this last season. He already posted a tweet saying none of this was his fault. Surprisingly, he deleted it because he deletes everything. Enjoy that, Eagles fans. A bunch of passive-aggressive tweets that get deleted. Good Lord.